what's up everyone, Instinct here for another training video. In our previous training video we talked about gun drawing and getting into your combat position. As for today, we'll further extend that into kneeling and basic body movements. Now as always, all of this stuff was learned to us by Instructor Delta, who used to be in Special Forces from the Georgian military. So thank you Instructor Delta for teaching us so we can teach you guys. But first, make sure to like, subscribe and hit that bell button if you like our content. Also, don't forget to check out ReconBrothers.com for our awesome monthly quality giveaways and stay tuned for our soon to be released web shop. Let's get over to our first topic, the essentials of moving. Our very first essential of moving is to always move forward. Now, why don't you want to step backwards? Well, you just have a way too big risk of falling, and that's something you want to prevent. Now, this also means when you take a knee, for example, you do it in a forward movement. The second essential of moving is to lower your gun a bit in order to have the biggest view possible whenever you're about to take a knee or make a turn. Now, the same counts when you're using your pistol. You want to bring it back to your neck area like mentioned in our previous video before making the turn and then aim again. So first, let's talk about making a turn. As mentioned before, you bring back the pistol, have a look at where you want to turn left over your left leg by using the ball of your foot, turn right by using your right leg, and remember to never turn backwards. Now let's talk about making a 180-degree turn. Again, same applies here. Bring back the pistol, turn over your left leg if you're a right-handed shooter, turn over your right leg if you're a left-handed shooter. So, why do we do it this way? There's one important reason, which is you have your supporting hand in order to move away people or objects standing in your way while turning. Next up, we'll have a look at kneeling. So first, let's talk about the usual way of taking a knee. Well, this is a very standard way of taking a knee because you have your leg in order to support your elbow, but the downside is it's not a very stable position. So now we'll talk about a far more stable way of taking a knee, which was learned to us by Instructor Delta. Let me show you how it's done. For this you want to take a knee, but what you want to notice is that the knee touching the ground is about roughly 30 degrees pointed away from your body. The same counts for your other leg, which is making an arch. An important thing to notice of your leg that is making an arch is that your foot is fully touching the ground. Now, when it comes to your other foot, there are two things to notice. The first thing is, your toes are fully touching the ground in order to have a good grip and in order to stand up easily. The second thing you want to notice is that if you're flexible enough, your butt should be resting on the heel of your foot. Let's talk about the advantages of this way of taking a knee. The first one is, you are very stable because you're covering a very wide surface area. The second thing is, you have a lot of freedom of movement with your upper body. And the third thing is, it's easy to enter or leave this position. How to train this? Well, for this training it's absolutely necessary to be at least with two persons, because one will give the commands and the other will perform the actions. Also, training with two people allows you to correct each other's errors. The setup for this training requires you to have 2 to 3 targets. Now there is no need for you to actually fire projectiles, you can just do it by dry firing. Again, 2 people are required for this training. One will give the commands, which can either be down to take a knee, up to stand up, contact from the A direction in order to engage a target, and sound from the A direction in order to make you look. If you see a target, you engage it. If you don't, then you don't.
Contact. Contact right. On your 6, on your 6. Down. Up. Sound from the left. Sound from the right.
Keep in mind that we can teach you the things we learned, but you actually need to do the training yourself in order to become better. Now it might be so that you are making errors which you can't see or your buddies can't see, so for this it's recommended to have a personal trainer. Now Instructor Delta is such a trainer, so if you are interested in a professional lesson, make sure to contact him at deltasurvivalschool.com. Make sure to let us know your thoughts about this video in the comments down below. Like, subscribe and hit that bell button to stay notified. Have a look at ReconBrothers.com for our awesome monthly quality giveaways and stay notified for our upcoming webshop. Thanks for watching and we'll see you next week.